There we go. We've got a whole new setup thing going here. We were back in the
We're
bedroom
live.
this week. We are live. Thank God the technology's working. Okay.
We think.
We hope. If you can see us, give us a thumbs up or let us know you're here. Anyway, welcome to the Supplement Engineer channel, everyone. My name is Robert Chinesky. With me, as always, is my vivacious vixen,
Sandy.
Thank you all for joining us, as always, for these, I was about to say weekly Wednesday live Q&As, but it's not Wednesday anymore. We used to do this when we started this a year ago. It's not Thursday. That kind of shows you what happens. I don't know if it's whether it's the quarantine, the shutdowns, or the fact that it's summer, or the fact that we just work from home. And it just, you kind of lose sense of time with everything.
I don't.
You don't, or you don't?
I don't lose sense of time. Because I have all these things I have to do, so I have to keep track of time.
Well, yeah, as you evidence on the calendar.
Dude,
anyway.
That calendar is ripped up with all my stuff. Anyways, yes. Moving on. Today we're doing a special episode.
Yes, we're broadcasting from our kitchen, which we haven't been in for a while. A long time, since one of our last supplement reviews way back when. Anyway, if you like what we're doing here, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Leave a comment down below, thumbs up, that always helps. If you listen to the Supplement Engineer podcast or the Final Scoop podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, or any other podcast cruising platform, and you like the content, feel free to leave us a 5-star review. That really helps us climb up in the almighty algorithm that dictates anything and everything to which we are exposed these days. So we've had several requests for us to do a flavor review or something. We haven't had any new products in a while.
But we have new flavors now.
We do. And so we kind of teased this last time.
We got it literally during the other episode.
Yes.
It came to our doorstep.
My Polish brother from another mother, Lucas, sent us these delicious mushroom-infused coffee. Yet. So it's got,
we don't know if they're delicious yet.
Well, we've tried one of them, so that's kind of out of the bag. But it is a mushroom blend, so it's got instant coffee blended with chaga and lion's mane mushrooms. So medicinal mushrooms have been super popular the past couple of years. They're gaining traction. They blend really well with coffee too, because coffee is super earthy. Plus, it's also one of the richest, most abundant sources of antioxidants, even in like the typical Westerner's diet, which is typically full of nothing but like hyper-processed crap. So anything you can do to kind of slip some other good stuff in there.
In your coffee.
Yeah, your coffee. Not MCT oil and all the bulletproof bullshit that doesn't really do anything for you, anything like that.
I'm not making any claims one way or the other.
I will, because that guy's a charlatan. Anyway, so... welcome, Chris. Thank you. For anybody else that has comments, feel free to put them in the section below. So if you see me looking every now and then, we've got kind of like a janky setup here. So the camera's right there, the laptop's down there where we're going to be doing everything. So if you see us kind of looking all over the place, we're getting used to the setup. And I don't know, we're going to figure out whether we like to do the seated or standing kind of podcast.
Well, I move a lot when I'm standing. Oh, let me check my steps. Okay. 13.5. I'm at 13.5. Let's see where we're at after this.
Okay. Coffee and lion's mane. Just FYI, the lion's mane might tank your libido.
No, it doesn't.
Nope.
I have proof. No. I mean, it doesn't take my libido.
I have proof. I mean, this got awkward all of a sudden.
That got awkward. But just so you know, I'm good. It doesn't affect me. I think you get what I'm saying.
All right. So before we get to the actual coffee reviews, we're waiting for our delicious hot water.
Well, let's talk about the flavors.
Okay. So
the flavors we have are natural and hazelnut. Can they see it?
They can.
Hazelnut. You know what's funny? I'm not a fan of hazelnut, so we'll see. If I don't like it, blame it on me, not the flavor. Caramel. Caramel could go so many different ways. Not sure how this one's going to go. And this one, which we had some trouble opening, as you can see. Chocolate. Smells so good, though. Here's the funny thing, though. Robert has become slightly a coffee snob. He likes to blend his own beans. What's it called? Grind his own beans. So this will be interesting because this is technically instant coffee, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've been using the French press here for a very long time, and right now we've started grinding our own beans. I mean, I've been grinding our own beans for a long time.
But now
it's starting to get really choosy with so you go to a coffee place, or you go to not a coffee place, but you go to a restaurant, and you can tell if it's like super weak coffee or like they're just pouring in like Folgers special.
I'm okay with the weak coffee. I'm okay with the strong coffee. I'm not as picky. I'm fine with whatever.
I want something strong, girthy.
But you could make this coffee strong. You just up the ratio.
You definitely could. Right? We're just going to tweak it to, we're going to follow the directions first.
We're going to follow the directions.
We'll do that, because that's the fairest way to do all of it.
I think so too. We want to take them at their word.
Right. And so as far as flavorings in here, we've got ground black Arabica coffee infused with 2 kinds of mushrooms, as we said, chaga and lion's mane. The ingredients are coffee, 93%, chaga, 2.5%, lion's mane, 2.5%, and then aroma, 2%. So the aroma is probably the caramel.
Which is probably not going to be found in the natural.
Yeah.
It's not actually. I already know.
It might be not. And we're also, I should mention that we're also broadcasting now. In addition to YouTube, we're also streaming live on Twitch. So if you're checking in from Twitch, let us know how that is. And if you like,
It's working.
Oh, we're back
and
now?
we're boiling.
Everybody
it's like we
can hear
knew.
us. You just froze. Can you hear us now, Sean? Sean's checking. You're entertaining the big leagues, multiple cameras, mics, production crew. Yeah, here's our nice little new blue snowball mic. We got a Logitech 922.
And the water's boiling.
And our delicious scalding hot water is boiling now. So we're going to let that chill for a minute.
Literally.
And then we're going to get
1 minute.
I'm that much of a...
While we're waiting for this, let's tell you what movie we just finished. It's amazing. Robert, you want to talk about it?
You can. Welcome, Brooke. We got Sean. I don't know BKS Gaming's name, so we're just going to say
That's
BKS
cool. I like
Gaming.
that.
Yeah, I do like that.
Wait. The movie that we just watched, phenomenal. We had talked, I haven't seen it in years.
Yeah. It is a classic from the 70s called Debbie. That was last night's movie.
Okay, no, it's Speed with Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock. What's the bad guy's name?
Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper. Oh my gosh. Okay, first of all, the premise of the movie is absolutely ridiculous. Could only exist in the 90s. If someone tried to do that movie today, it'd go straight to DVD. But it's so good. It's awesome. All action. Literally. I didn't realize what a good action movie Speed is. It's like, you're like, sure it is. Watch the movie and tell me if you're not action-fied the entire time. Seriously.
It's intense.
It never stops.
It's super intense.
It never stops.
So, are you ready for the coffee?
I'm sorry. So I'm like,
it was great.
I'm all speeded up from the movie. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
You just watched Speed 2. See, Sean, that's the exact same thing I told Sam. I said the next thing we're doing is Point Break.
That's what it makes you want.
Well, she said, I don't know if there's enough action in that.
I don't know if there's enough action. Like after Speed, I'm like, I don't know if there's enough action. Because before Speed, we watched what I used to say was my favorite action movie. And I said that for years. And then I never watched it again. And I kind of forgot, like, is it an action movie? Face Off.
Yeah, that was really good.
Face Off. Sorry,
although one of the most absurd things.
You know what I'm saying.
The most absurd things is
Robert hates that. Okay, first of all, if you know what we're talking about in the movie, the sign of affection that they do. It's like this awkward hand slap.
If I walked up to you, just some random girl, and went, oh. Is that woo you?
No.
If I walked up to my 3-year-old and I went that, she'd say, get out of my face.
But anyways, in the whole movie, that's like the touching moment. That's how she knows it's really her husband.
Exactly.
When he does this, it's like, and it's like, dude, he just slapped you in the face. Why is that romantic or affectionate at all? It's just hilarious. I don't know.
Patrick Swayze, Point Break. What's better?
I gotta watch it
Point Break or Roadhouse?
Roadhouse is good.
Roadhouse is amazing.
You know what? I don't like it. Spoiler alert. I don't like it when his friend gets killed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That made me sad. You know, I should be sad at the parts in Speed because a lot of people die in Speed, but I don't get sad at any point in Speed. I really like Speed. I want to watch it again. That's how much I liked it.
We should try some Speed to see how much more hungry you get.
You know, it was so funny. Yesterday we went to a vineyard. We're talking to the owner of the vineyard, and at some point he says something about how much caffeine did I take this morning? I was like, I didn't have any caffeine this morning. This is just me. I don't know what I look like on an average basis. I don't know what I sound like, but apparently it's a lot. I don't know. Okay, here we go.
10
Which
grams.
one are you going for? Natural.
10 grams, 200 mils of water. So 200 grams, so that's a little less than 8 ounces for us people here stateside that don't go by milliliters.
Yeah. That is weird.
Okay.
Right? I don't know.
All right, I'm going to go. All right, so quick note. It says on the directions, just stir this with a spoon.
Oh, we learned.
We tried that, and everything fell to the bottom. Lucas said there was a little bit of Just labeling on the directions.
Yeah,
so
don't just
actually
stir.
use an immersion blender.
Use an immersion blender. Can you come here and do it? No, just joking. Do you want me to turn the camera so?
I mean, you can't. No, just.
You hear that? That's the sound of coffee being made.
Time to make the donuts.
If I look more pale than usual, it's the lighting. I think I look a little bit like a vampire. It's fine. So you know I'm not a vampire. The lighting is coming from the sun, so I can't be. Ha! Take that. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, we got different cups. Let's start with LSU cup.
Sandy is high on life.
I'm such a dork.
You're just
but
Sandy.
But like when, you know, in high school, because like they did the DARE program, it's like, I don't do drugs. I'm high on life. I used to say that like a serious nerd. Because I would like say it seriously. Okay, sorry. Yes, let's get back to the coffee.
All right, there we go.
That's the blend.
Okay, so that's buzzing it with the immersion blender. There's still
a little bit of resistance.
A little bit, but not a ton. All right, so do that. I'm gonna start mixing up the other ones too while we got the water nice and piping hot. It doesn't smell
very enticing. This is the natural. So maybe the smell. It smells like an old wood shop. That's not a bad thing, but that's what it smells like. Hot. Okay, I'm chewing it. Taste-wise, it also tastes kind of like wood chips.
The natural flavor?
Yeah.
Now, did you drink orange juice or brush your teeth or anything before this?
Yeah, but that wouldn't do anything. It's really hot. He likes his coffee super, super hot. You know, like Goldilocks with the Papa Bear? His porridge was always too hot. That's Papa Bear right there. He likes it too hot. And Mama Bear does like it too cold. That's this guy.
I like my coffee like I like my women. Hot, dark, and rich.
It definitely tastes natural. It doesn't taste like coffee at all. It tastes like earth. It tastes like earth. Earth, air, fire, water. I would drink it. No, it depends on what mood I'm in. It's chunky. I'm still chewing it. Okay. You didn't do a good job on the blender.
Okay, blame the stick blender.
Yeah, you know what? I don't mind it though. It's not like it's like yummy, but it's kind of like earthy. So if you're in the, you know, if you're used to drinking healthy food and you're used to it kind of tasting like, kind of like dirt, you're kind of okay with it. Here, taste it. I'm the only one that's tasted it.
Let me mix all of these up first, and then we can go through that. So
I shouldn't have tasted this yet?
Well, that's fine.
Oh, not bad, not bad.
That's fine. All right, there we go with that. All right.
I kind of want to taste them all now.
Keep entertaining the people while I'm on.
Well, I kind of want to taste them all now. I mean, I might as well. It's there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to taste it.
Now, do you typically like instant coffee? Or have you ever?
I don't have an issue with it. At work, we have instant coffee because our science teacher needed a bunch of cans to explode, and he dumped out all of the coffee grinds, and so we have a lot of already pre-ground coffee at work.
Well, no.
This one smells good. This is hazelnut.
Pre-ground coffee is different than instant coffee.
Ooh.
Instant coffee is the kind that you actually dissolve in the water.
Like
this. Pre-ground just means it's.
I don't think I've ever had instant coffee then. This is instant coffee.
Yeah, I
versus
believe so. Well, I mean, yeah, since
pre-ground.
you have to dissolve it, yeah, and you're not steeping it and stuff.
Well, does all instant coffee have like residual stuff? Is that a normal thing for instant coffee?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've had the Folgers sticks before.
Okay, this smells really good. I don't like hazelnut, but this smells really good. For a second there, I thought it was the caramel one. You did correctly do these, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that smells really good. It's like nutty but sweet. Okay, I'm gonna taste this one.
Yeah, I've got the bags lined up.
Oh, that tastes good. It still has. Oh yeah. What? I don't like hazelnut. Are you sure this isn't the caramel one?
Positive.
It's really good. It's sweeter and its aroma, like I guess hazelnut. I don't know. I've never had hazelnut I liked. I don't like hazelnut flavored things. I don't like her hazelnut flavored anything. But this is actually really good. Maybe I like hazelnut and mushrooms and there's instant coffee.
Okay, so put the hazelnut one there when you're done.
No, I want to taste it again.
Well, I know.
It's still kind of chewy, but I like this. Again, it doesn't really. This one tastes more like coffee. But it's really. I can taste the flavoring in that one. I think it needs the flavor. So far, so is what I think. The natural. Let me go back to the natural for a second. Yeah, that doesn't taste like coffee.
Doesn't?
No. That tastes like dirt. Yeah. The aftertaste is dirt too. Okay, and I'm gonna go back to hazelnut. That has a really good aftertaste. That's good.
Now, if we were being
I would drink the hazelnut.
If we were being coffee pros, we would take a little sip and go.
Oh, should I do that?
All that
should I?
Slurping? No, I'm thinking it bounce to hear a
Slurpy, slurpy.
Disgusting.
Woolly bully, woolly bully, woolly bully, woolly bully. Oh wait, can I taste the caramel one?
Sure.
Okay, let me smell it first. Okay, yeah, that is caramel. It smells more caramelly. What the heck does hazelnut smell like? Hazelnut just smells good. It smells sweet. Okay, I like hazelnut so far, which is crazy because I don't like it. All right, I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's a lot of residual. So you're going to have a lot of cleanup. Chewing. Caramel's not strong enough of a flavor. It still tastes earthy. I don't even taste any caramel. It's like it's not sweet. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's not very sweet. It's not. You would expect caramel to be super sweet, right? It's not. God. I'm chewing a lot with the caramel. Did you do a good job with that? Not so much. Okay. Chewing it. That might be an advantage to some people. When they drink something healthy, they want to know that it's healthy or like mentally. You know how people, I don't like the niacin flush where the ears burn and all that jazz. But maybe you say people like it when they work out because they feel like, I can feel the effects. I'm like, yeah, but they're not fun. Maybe when people drink healthy stuff, they want to have that residual dirty girl. They want to have like dirty feeling to kind of remind them that they're eating something kind of healthy.
Yeah, you can kind of see even with using the immersion blender, you still get some kind of grit and grime in there or something like that. So.
Okay, so here's how it's going. Hazelnut, well in the lead. Caramel, low, natural, lower. So here's the chocolate. I'm going to let Robert kind of give you his opinion, but on my end.
The expert palate.
Weird. You guys remember those markers that came in the big styrofoam white thing that slid and they all had different flavors and the brown was the chocolate? Yeah. That's what that smells like. The brown marker chocolate, the big thick, you know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it smells like. That's really weird. Oh, I'm all up in the center?
There we go, yeah.
Sorry about that.
Well, we got to keep the looks front and center. So the banter, we have the looks right here. So
chocolate, it tastes like that marker. Do you know what markers I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, you got to, it's okay. Doesn't taste really, it tastes like artificial chocolate. Weird. The hazelnut's the good
this
one.
tastes,
Tastes like dirt.
That's the chaga on the back end. It's the chaga. Because if you just taste, here, I've got some bulk lion's mane right here. Ready to tank my libido.
Are you trying to make me taste something? Straight shot?
No.
We're going to do that? Yeah. All right, let's do this.
So, because if you taste lion's mane, it doesn't taste like that. So it's got to be the chaga that's giving it that kind of
flavor. God, it smells terrible. Oh, God. It smells, you know what it smells like? It smells like a dog pen.
Ready?
Like you go into somebody's house where they have dogs kept.
Come on. I'll do a shot with you. We can both tank.
Why is it a full shot?
It's not.
It's.
Don't disappoint the people. I'll open up. Not sure. I'll get a heaving scoop.
Okay, great. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I just don't want it. It's not that bad. I'm gonna drink some hazelnut.
It's the chaga. It's giving it that really woody kind of taste to it. This lion's mane doesn't taste anything like that. The lion's mane is like uncooked bread dough.
Hazelnut's good. That is the only flavor they should make. No, don't drink it yet. Drink the bad ones first. Drink the caramel and then the chocolate and finish with hazelnut.
Okay, well, here, let me drink.
I demand you.
Take a sip of water, though.
I didn't have a sip of water between them.
Palate.
Oh, you got a snowflake taste buds. You can't just.
This is how the professionals do it. This is how the professionals do it.
Okay. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, it's caramel. Do you taste caramel? Nope.
Yeah, ever so slightly. You get a sweetness to it. Yeah.
Do you? Do you? Oh.
We're going to aerate it. We're going to aerate it, and then you got to swish, and you gurgle. See, we got some caramel up here.
Okay. There's a little caramel. You're right. Yeah. Okay, the caramel's not as bad. Weird. Maybe it's, you know why? Maybe because all the stuff settled to the bottom. I drank it right away.
Yeah, we're going to show you all in a second.
Okay, now try the chocolate.
I haven't tried the hazelnut yet.
I want you to
like
save the hazelnut till the end.
I'm usually just a black coffee person. I don't like flavorings and stuff in this, but this is good. Actually, I would drink this.
I would drink the hazelnut. I do drink I'm drinking the hazelnut. That's happening. What do you think, Bud?
It's like cocoa powder. It's like you mixed cocoa powder into the...
You don't think it tastes like the brown marker? The brown marker that's supposed to smell like chocolate, but it's like obviously fake chocolate because it's a marker?
Yeah, or like the, you know the Werthers I get that are like the chocolate Werther flavors? It kind of tastes like that. It reminds me of that. Oh.
Okay, let me see.
You're so handsy. So handsy.
Okay. It's like the marker. It's like the marker. It's like the marker.
How many markers did you lick growing up?
I don't know how to explain it any other way. Get yourself that pack. Do they even still sell it? It was like it slid. You know what I'm saying? Like there was like a cart. Hazelnut's good, right?
The hazelnut is very on point for like a hazelnut kind of flavor.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's a strong hazelnut flavor.
I think it's a good hazelnut flavor. I guess all the other hazelnut things I've had are nasty.
I'm surprised you like it though because it tastes just like hazelnut.
Well, then what's all the other stuff that I had that I don't like? I don't like hazelnut flavored things.
Hazelnut syrup in here somewhere.
I know. It's way in the back because I never use it. Oh.
There we go. All right.
Yeah, this is good. It's creamy.
It smells just like it.
Maybe I don't like sweet hazelnut. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't like hazelnut sweeteners. I don't like hazelnut flavored stuff. I don't like Nutella. I like the hazelnut coffee.
So if you had to pick one, favorite to least favorite.
Hazelnut.
It's number one.
Caramel. Chocolate. Natural.
I think the natural is my least
favorite. Chocolate
and
natural down here.
Well, all right. So the natural is my least favorite. Let me go back and try the chocolate and the caramel again. See if I can get
I think the chocolate is good. I don't have any respect for you anymore with chocolate. And he eats like the 85% dark chocolate. Have you ever had 85% dark chocolate? It doesn't taste like chocolate. It tastes like whatever. I don't know what it tastes like. It tastes like you're licking a cocoa bean. So gross.
You're trying to shame me for my preferences.
I mean, there's a difference between 70% and 85%. You know what I mean?
It's 15%. You're right.
That's a lot percent. Okay, go ahead. What you got? It's all up in me. It's just all up in here. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
It's starting to fall out of suspension now, so you're getting more of the grit.
Oh, because you stirred it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So when you drink it, I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if I can do it with it. But when you go to like tip it, you can like see it settled on the bottom.
Well, here's the beauty of this now. Watch. Let me see if I can do this without breaking our camera.
Oh, Shinetsky. Okay, then turn it. No, turn the coffee. That's what I meant. Like tilt. Pick mine.
Yeah, go ahead.
Pick mine because it's less. Okay, ready? So here's the coffee. Wait.
Yeah, you can start to see it on the bottom.
Do you see that? You see it on the bottom? It's hard to like show it to you. Anyways, it's like, it's settled. I think we're good. I'm not going to lie, I'm getting hot and sweaty.
From all the coffee?
So I'm drinking a lot of hot coffee. We worked out earlier. It's hot. I'm really hot now. Okay, so I think we're done with this. I think we've established that if you want to try it, you can. I would go hazelnut. What's your fave?
Let me mix up all the stuff because
See, if you mix it all up, I think it makes it taste worse because then you chew it.
But that's the point.
Okay. It's a tough one. It's a tough sell. Could you just add like the mushroom stuff to your coffee? Would it be the same?
But this is kind of like an all-in-one option to where it's convenience because people are very much about convenience these days.
Are we done?
Yeah, I wonder if we could actually just use it in a French press, and would the mushrooms dissolve and all the coffee grounds would just...
That's the question. What are we looking at? Is the residual the coffee or is the residual the mushroom? I think that's the question.
I have a feeling it's the coffee.
I've been putting mushrooms in my yogurt, right? So I take yogurt, Greek yogurt and regular yogurt, plain, and I put the mushroom. I put the reishi, which is really gross. We're not doing a taste of that. But I do lion's mane, the reishi mushroom, and then I do protein powder and creatine. And I stir it all up. You can't even taste it. So it's one of those things where you can kind of choose how you get your mushroom. I think in a yogurt bowl with protein powder, I think is a good way. Yeah. It goes away. Or
doing a line of it is good too.
Or doing my smoothie.
Yeah.
Cover it up with some protein powder. I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Maybe people should put it in protein powder.
You think that would be good?
I don't know. I mean, I don't taste it. So yeah, I do actually. Oh, did we lose in baseball or something?
No, he's just an FSU grad. And he knows we're in LSU.
Oh, go Tigers. Go Tigers. But wait, our baseball team, right?
Yeah, we're playing Tennessee this week in the Super.
We're playing Tennessee. That's it.
Yeah.
Go Tigers.
Robert Steelfit is also an FSU grad, so there's two.
You know who else
people.
is? You know who else is? Deion Sanders.
He is.
I like him.
Yeah.
I do.
You know who else is?
I like his attitude.
The new starting quarterback of the New Orleans Saints.
Oh, Jameis Winston.
Famous Jameis.
You know, a party boy should not be a quarterback of a New Orleans Saints. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got enough party for it.
It's not like we took in Johnny Manziel. Like, if we had taken in Tim Tebow, that probably would have worked out.
Yeah, but you can't take a party boy into our school.
Yeah.
I mean, our school, our state. You know what I'm saying?
Or just in like, he could go up to like La Tech or something, like Ruston area, he'd be fine.
Yeah.
In Sin City of New Orleans.
It's pretty bad. Our people need someone with a heart of gold to get behind.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay. Interview with the Vampire.
Okay, let me tell you about Interview with the Vampire. I heard that Anne Rice, like I read the book. Mm-hmm. Funny story about that too, because I read his book and I didn't treat it very well.
Oh, this is one of the 18 breakups.
We'll talk about that later. So anyways, I'm reading Interview with the Vampire, whatever. You know, you have this image in your mind of Lestat. So apparently when they cast the role, they cast Tom Cruise. And Anne Rice was none too happy about this because she imagined this evil, like seething, you know, like manipulative and like smooth, like, basically if you see the movie, the Tom Cruise character. But then Tom Cruise up until that point had not played anything remotely close to that. Plus he was supposed to be blonde, which you'd never seen Tom Cruise blonde. And so she was really upset. And then when she saw the movie, she thought he did a very good job. And he did. He was creepy. That was such a good movie. That was a good movie.
Kirsten Dunst was creepy in there.
They were all creepy.
Brad Pitt did a really good job.
He did. He looked all innocent the whole time. Yeah. What's up?
The book story.
The book story.
Did you like the book?
I did like the book. The book was good. I mean, the movie and the book I felt like pretty similar. Yeah. So that was good because I'd seen the movie before I read the book. But I read the book and I had a tendency to like take baths when I read it because it was at college or whatever. I don't know. But we broke up and then I still had his book. And then I felt bad because I thought, well, we're never going to talk ever again. And I still have his book and I don't want his book. You know how you do that when you break up with someone. And so at a basketball game, I don't know, just like walked by you.
Explain the Pet Man setup. I'm going to go get the book because I think it's on our bookshelf.
Okay, so the problem is when you break up with someone, usually you can kind of disperse and never see them again, unless you're in the marching band and worse, the basketball band. So the marching band consists of 325 members. You could pretty much hide and never see each other. The basketball band is only 20, and we were in the same, so there's only 10 trumpet players. Yeah. 5 or 10 trumpet players. And so it was really hard to hide from him. So he was on one side and I was the trumpets were between us. It was as far away as we could possibly get. There was a couple of people between us. And so this is the book.
So I'm just sitting there. I'm sitting there talking to one of the other trumpet players. And all of a sudden I feel it falls in my lap and I look up and Sandy must have gotten the speed of Superman and Spider-Man combined because fastest I've ever seen her move in her life. I turned around. There was nobody next to me. Just this book had just kind of manifested in my lap. And so this book was in pristine condition prior to this. And you get all of this little rough edges, markups, all of this nastiness. I mean,
and the pages they naturally open when they're not supposed to. I think this is actually a lot better than it was when I first gave it to you because it's been sitting in a box with other books.
It just got compressed,
But it was wrinkly because I'd gotten it wet. And you know what happens when you get the pages wet? They kind of crinkle. It was really embarrassing, but it was a bad shape. I didn't do it on purpose or anything.
Sure you did.
No, I didn't.
Subconsciously.
No, I didn't. I'm just not good with nice things. You know the expression, that's why we can't have nice things? He says it all the time because it's true.
It was invented for you.
I mean, I totally opened the car door on an incline and the door swung open and just went all over my dad's car.
Yeah, when they were here 2 weeks ago.
I was like, oh, not again. The joys of having daughters. Sorry, Dad.
Yeah.
Which is really funny because if you have a bunch of daughters, you're going to have a lot of car accidents. I'm sorry, it's a stereotype, but it's really true. All of us have gotten into cars.
Agreed. Yeah.
One time my sister, wait, you weren't here for this. I was dating Raphael at the time. But
this was the guy immediately preceded me in the dating order.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. One of the times. One of the guys preceding you. There's been a lot of guys preceding
The initial.
Okay, the first time. Okay. So anyways, but she was driving us to the park because we were in high school and we can't drive. But she didn't see it wasn't a ledge. I guess it was a ledge. I don't know. She didn't see it. So she drives over it, but she could only get over it. She couldn't finish it. So her car was like a seesaw. She couldn't get So she couldn't go forward. She couldn't go back. It was like literally we needed Arnold Schwarzenegger to like lift the car off the thing. I still don't remember how we actually got it off. We actually had to get people to like lift the car off because we were just teeter-tottered. Sorry. Not sure where we're going with this. So how's life?
Have we ever said
what?
Speaking of driving stories,
what?
Are we going to save that one?
My driving story?
Yeah, with the truck.
We'll
save that. We'll save that one.
Okay.
We'll save that for another day.
Yet another reason why my poor dad, I feel really bad for him.
Yari. Is it completely useless to take Whey with an intra? Or should it be EAA?
That's a good question.
Depends
on the workout, right?
Well, no. Yes. There's a bunch of factors that go into this. Okay. So, first off, how soon prior to your workout did you have your meal? And what was the composition of that meal? So, let's say you're having just something like a whey protein shake and you're just going lift for like 45 to 90 minutes.
That's a long time.
Yeah, but I'm comparing this to something like a CrossFit marathon or like a 3-hour endurance training bout or something like that. So, that's because everybody says, well, if you read all the supplement company like marketing stuff, they say, man, you're going to go catabolic 45 minutes into your workout. It doesn't work that way. It's not like you got to crush cortisol and it's marketing hype. Don't fall for it. If you're only training for 45 minutes, how many are you actually lifting weights the entire 45 minutes? No, you're lifting for about 30 seconds. You rest for 2 minutes. You lift weights for another 34 seconds. True. So in the entire 45 to 60 minutes, the amount of like active time you're actually doing is probably like 10 or 15 minutes of that. So you're not depleting that much glycogen. Well, I mean,
It's okay, guys.
So first off, let's think about that. So let's say you have your whey protein shake like an hour before your workout. So you take it at 11 o'clock.
You have time to digest.
You train at 12. You're done by 1. You get a meal in you sometime between 1:30 and 2:30. You're fine. You don't even need an intra workout in that instance. Now, let's say you're going into your workout fasted, which I don't really recommend. But if you're somebody that doesn't like to train with a heavy stomach, like me or like some people love to have like a big, heavy, hearty meal right before they go train. Other people.
I just don't like to be hungry is the thing. Right. You're making it sound like I like to have a full belly. I just like to have a satiated belly because I get hungry really easily. And in the middle of a workout, I'm like, I could be eating right now.
Before we trained today, you had a whey protein shake and then you had 3 eggs, 2 tortillas, 3 pieces of bacon, and
4 pieces of bacon.
4 pieces of bacon and some coffee and something else. So that's a good meal. That's a good size meal.
Yeah, it was a good meal.
Yeah, you didn't have like a steak and baked potato. I mean, that's a good meal.
Like, I get hungry.
I just want like a protein bar before I go train. I don't want something. But that goes back to Taekwondo when I would go have like a peanut butter sandwich and that would be
We talked about how he would go to band camp. We'll talk about that later. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
He would go to band camp on an empty stomach and we would be outside in Mississippi
from 7:30 to 12.
Like 100 degrees for hours and hours and hours, moving around and playing our trumpets. And he would be on an empty stomach. I thought for sure he'd pass out, and he never did. I still don't understand the science. Move back onto this guy. Move back onto this question.
So intra-workout. If you're just doing a resistance training session, you've already had a pre-workout meal, you don't need an intra-workout. If you're going into your training session fasted, I would recommend an intra of some kind. Is it absolutely necessary? No, because you're going to have ample glycogen stores in your body, and your body is more robust and resilient than a lot of the supplement companies would lead you to believe. It's not as, frail and fragile as a lot of these, and especially like anti-aging gurus and stuff like that. Yeah, like we accept you for that. We'll talk
about that later.
We'll get to that this past
We will
weekend.
talk about that later. I got a rant for you.
So in that instance, if you want to optimize things, have some carbohydrates and some essential amino acids, or maybe like a hydrolyzed whey protein or a whey protein isolate as your intra. But I don't want to be sipping.
I don't want to sip whey
isolate
while I work out.
The only difference I think would be the elemental formulations whey, like the fruit punch one.
That is so good. Yes, I would drink that during my workout.
Yeah.
That's good.
Now, if you start to train past 75 to 90 minutes, you're going to want to start getting some carbohydrates in you. That's going to be the main limiter of performance. They're not necessarily amino acids, but if you're going past like 2 hours, at that point, I would absolutely get some either kind of whey or essential amino acid formula in there. But for your typical resistance training workout, provided you've got some kind of pre-workout meal in you, you had like a really heavy meal the night before, like let's say you train at 5 a.m. You go to bed, 10 o'clock at night, you have a really slow digesting meal. It's got like steak, rice, avocado, all this kind of good stuff, really heavy fiber, protein, fat, all this good stuff. Your body's still going to be digesting and assimilating that, 7-8 hours later. So everything's going to be topped off. You'll be fine to go through your workout.
Okay. If
it's middle of the day, it's been 3 or 4 hours since you've last had a meal and you're going into your workout, I could see the benefits of using some kind of intra-workout supplement there. So, 10, 15, 20 grams of essential amino acids, 20 grams or so of some kind of fast digesting carbohydrate. You don't need to go super fancy with the cluster dextrin, though you can if you want to. But something just like a dextrose or a Gatorade powder is more than fine. I mean, look at NFL athletes. Are they sipping cluster dextrin, super carb, and all this other kind of stuff? No, they're sipping on freaking Gatorade and Powerade powder. I mean, if it's good enough for like LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, if it's good enough for those guys, it's damn well good enough for like us average Joes and stuff like that. So that's kind of where intra-workout nutrition kind of stands. It's, it really depends on what did you have going into your workout, how far are you training after you're eating, what kind of workout you're doing like that. So if it's long endurance stuff, definitely get some carbohydrates in you, at least at the 1 hour mark, because you probably still got another 2 hours to go after that. If it's a regular resistance training session, you got a little bit of flexibility. You could just easily slam a Whey shake afterwards or have some other kind of like steak and rice, chicken and rice stuff, especially because glycogen replenishment isn't super critical immediately after a resistance training workout, just for like the average people, because first off, they don't deplete glycogen all that much, but you're not training again within that day. If you're just like a regular Jimmy or Joe or Jane, you're going to be training 24, 36, 48 hours later, so your body's going to replenish all those glycogen stores by the time you train next. So just don't get so mired down in the notion. Don't buy in a lot of the supplement company hype. So all right, anything else you want to add to that?
No, I don't have anything else to add.
Now, are you going to harm yourself by having an intra workout? Like, let's say you have a meal, 60 to 90 minutes, so you have a scoop of whey protein with some oatmeal, milk, nuts, and all that stuff. You eat that 10 o'clock. You go train at 11:30. Is there any harm in sipping on some branched chains or essential amino acids? Absolutely not. I do that a lot of the time just because I don't want to drink plain water. I like to have something kind of refreshing and sweet.
Flavor.
So you're not doing anything bad, but is it going to significantly enhance your results of recovery? According to the science that we've got today, not necessarily. So, yeah.
Wah, wah. Just be active and make good choices.
Yeah, Brooke says, I don't like being super full on a workout. I prefer fasted. Yeah.
I actually can't. I have to have something in me.
Yeah, you bonk quick.
I have to have something in me.
Yeah.
I like to eat. Okay.
I figured out why we stopped doing them in here, because there's no fan in here, and it gets really hot.
Hot. Thank you. I'm sweating
but
right
maybe
now.
It's just
Can y'all see it?
Because
it's happening.
Next to you and
That's it. It's me.
Steamy.
It's me. I radiate heat.
You do. Well, we also got this hot
coffee
kettle behind us. We drank some hot coffee and all
that. Y'all be
stuff.
sweating. Okay, so here's what I wanted to rant about. Everywhere you go now, we were walking in the Galleria. It's like a mall without a roof. Hope that makes sense. Yeah, it's like an outdoors store. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, so we're walking, and then there's like this sign. I don't even know what it was a sign for.
It was in front of Athletica or some kind of fitness store.
There's a whole bunch of like stores, or even like shoe stores even have it. Anyways, It says something like, "You're okay just the way you are," and something like, we accept you no matter who you are. And I was like, okay, I'm going to stop that time out right there, because basically what you're saying is you love mediocrity. I know what they're trying to get at, but what bothers me is like, what about push yourself to be the best person you can be? But we're not saying that. We're saying you're okay. Doesn't anybody want to be more than okay? Don't we want to be more than okay? Why are you such a pansy that you need someone random from a store, not even a person, but like the store has to tell you that you're okay just the way you are? Like, what are you, a pussy? Sorry, but like, you got no spine? And second of all, I don't need you to tell me that I'm okay. I don't need to be accepted by your store. My self-worth is not dependent on your evaluation of me. Quincy Jones and Ray Charles had a quote: "Not 1 ounce of my self-worth depends on your approval of me." Why doesn't more people, and guess what those people did? They went on to do great things because they held themselves to a high standard. It's not like, and they were both, one was a composer and one was a musician. It's not like they didn't want to please people, but they made music that was important to them, that made sense to them, that they valued, and then they wanted people to appreciate what they put in because they knew it was good. It wasn't like, people were like, "You're okay, Ray Charles. You're just okay, Ray Charles." No, you're not just okay, Ray Charles. You're awesome and you're great. And you know you are because you push yourself to be great. I don't understand why we can't push people to be better instead of saying you're okay. And then people are happy that someone just told them that they're okay. If you told me I was okay, I would actually think you're insulting me. Like you're trying to insult me. I'm like, well, I guess I'll work on that. I'll try to be better.
Well, yeah, I mean, okay just means like,
okay.
You're satisfactory, you're average, you're hitting the median.
You're okay. Thanks.
And that just the way we were raised, that wasn't okay. It's you're a Shinetsky. Here's the bar, and you go up here. That was like the standard for us was you're not,
Yeah.
I mean, I tell the story. all the time. I brought home like a 97 on a math test, and my dad looked at me with a straight face. Maybe he was kind of joking.
He did it to your sister in college too. Yeah. He wasn't joking.
And he said, "Where's the other 3 points?" Just because that people will rise to the level of your expectations.
That's
so
true.
If you always tell them you're okay, why do they have any reason to push themselves?
Why do they have any?
They have zero.
There's more inside of you. Push yourself. So I understand what they're trying to say. I think they're trying to talk about like their sexual identity, or I don't know. I'm assuming
their lifestyle or their body image or something.
Yeah, but your body image isn't okay if you're obese. Your body is literally trying to tell you through physical means, you're giving me too much. I'm not burning as much as you're giving me. You're giving me in excess. I need you. And that's the funny thing. Your body tries to tell you you're in a stressful environment. We talked about it. Your body is telling you you're in a stressful environment, so it raises the blood pressure so you can be aware of that. And then the doctors, instead of being like, we should work on this. What are you doing in your life? Let's try to fix the stress. They're like, here's a pill. So instead of listening to our body, we're like, oh, I'll just take this pill. And then what was it? Okay, like your body, if you're overweight, it's because your body's like, you're giving me too much. I'm not burning enough. And we're like, oh, screw you. I'll just suck it out and keep eating the same way. It's like, well, that's not good either. Or I won't even suck it out. No, like, this is who I am. I'm like, yeah, but it's really bad on your joints and your overall like health. Like, don't you even care about your body? I'm sorry. Like, that's the only body you're ever going to be given. Don't you want to take some pride in it? I'm not saying like, and the thing that really bothers me is when people say things like whatever shaming, that should just not even be an expression. I don't even know what you're talking about. If I shamed you, then you feel ashamed, right? Okay, then that means you have internal guilt. There's no way I can shame LeBron James on his basketball game. You want to know why? Because he's good. So when someone is good at something, you can't shame them. When someone's bad at something, you can, because they're, by definition, worthy of being shamed. Like, I don't understand the point of the whole.
I would agree. Yeah.
Like, if someone's like, I don't know, I dance shame you. You're right, I'm not very good.
Or they have slut shaming. That was one that we always heard.
You shouldn't be a slut. You shouldn't be one. There's a reason the word shame exists. It's because you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. I don't understand why people are like proud of it or something. Or like, I don't know. I don't understand the world. You should not get offended. If somebody says something mean, it's either true and you're like duly noted, or it's not true and that guy's a jerk. I'm not going to listen to you because you're not even true. Like, it's like, those are your two options. Why do you get
Agreed.
Whatever, it's fine. I got on a rant. I'm so sorry.
Brooke is tuning in from the Twitch side of things. So here's the comment from
the
YouTube, and you can see the Twitch thing on the bottom. So Brooke, are you a gamer by nature? If so, do you like the old school games like Super Nintendo, regular Nintendo, PlayStation? Or are you like a new age kind of gamer?
Yeah.
People want to be told that they are fine as they are.
I know.
Then they don't have to put in as much work.
But that's not good. Here's the thing. This is your only life that you get. And I do believe in God. And I'm like, and God made you he gave you a certain body. He gave you these inherent qualities.
We just got canceled.
Oh, I thought we did get canceled.
No,
I'm just saying, but like, don't you want to see what you can give the world? Don't you want to be the absolute best of yourself in every situation just so that you never have any regrets? You know, you never have to wonder what would have happened if I had actually given 100%. I have this one student, and I'm like, dude, you've never given me 100%. I don't even know who you are, and you don't even know who you are. You don't even know what you're capable of because you've never, ever, ever tried to reach that spot for me. Like, what a weird life. And I feel like those are the people that when they get really old, if they live that long, let's say they live to be like 85 or 90, they're not the happy, they're the grouchy curmudgeons because they realize they literally lived 80% of their life.
Yeah.
That's 1/5 of their life they just didn't even tap into or access. You don't even know what you're capable of. Like, doesn't that suck? Don't you want to give it 100% kind of all the time? I don't know.
I agree.
I'm sorry.
No.
I got on a rant, but I just get frustrated. Like, you're okay. I'm like, why is that a good thing? Why are we like okay with that? That's weird.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I love the N64.
Is that the one I liked?
Yeah, with Super Mario 64.
Yeah. It's a Mario. That one?
Yes.
I love that one.
Twitch is less censorship. Yes, I would agree with that. I found the YouTube is not posting comments if they have certain words. Ooh, which kind of words? That's what
I don't know. She can't type them.
Well,
we don't know.
On Twitch,
we'll never know.
I don't know.
Okay, sorry.
But yeah, so we grew up. Growing up, we had regular Nintendo, Super Nintendo. Then we made the jump to PlayStation instead of the N64.
Yeah, PlayStation.
And then we did PlayStation 2, and that came out right before or during when I was in college, and that's kind of when I checked out of the video game scene for a while.
Yeah.
And I've kind of rekindled my affection for old school games and stuff
Okay,
like
so
that.
the games that I liked were the ones that I felt like I could play. which were the fighting games.
Tekken 3.
Tekken 3 was my favorite because it was the only one we had access to. So I don't know what Tekken 1 or 2 are like, and I don't know if there's like a Tekken 80. But Tekken 3 was awesome because Eddie was my favorite character. And I don't know if you liked Eddie that much, but he was the one.
The breakdancing stuff.
He did the breakdancing. He was like, banana way, banana. What's it called? Capoeira. Is that right? Yeah. And so anyways, he would like get on his hands and do this helicopter thing with his feet. And I was like, and I still don't know exactly what the buttons were, but I memorized like this funny little, you memorize the things. Well, I was never smart enough to like memorize the actual buttons I was pushing, but I memorized like what my hands kind of pushed because I would push it like this.
Yeah.
You're supposed to do it like that. But I would hold it like a keyboard.
That was so obnoxious. Well, then you found the little dinosaur dude. Whatever.
Oh, the Yoshi? No,
Yoshi was with Mario.
What was the little dinosaur? And he would fart. And he would go, and it would like smoke, and then the guy would fall down. Yeah, Nina.
No, Nina was a girl.
Nina and Anna.
Yeah.
I loved them all.
Good stuff.
I loved it. Oh, I want to play Tekken 3.
Yari, thank you. Should a little guy do the same number of sets as a big one? Weights or smaller?
That's such a great question.
From the research side of things, anywhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 20 hard sets has been shown to be enough. Now, you might be a low responder, where you might need to be a little bit higher on the volume spectrum. But if you're, a hyper responder, and we also, certain things get into that. Like, are you pushing your sets to a high level of fatigue or using exercises, just good exercise selection? So something that induces a good amount of fatigue into the muscles, and you can actually feel the muscles work. It's not your joints, ligaments, and tendons that are getting all irritated and pissed off
because it's too heavy.
Yeah. Well, that or just like a bad movement.
Like heavy
the traditional barbell bench press does not feel good like this, but dumbbell bench, dips, all kinds of push-ups, those feel great on me. I get a great stimulus in the chest, tricep, shoulders, all that good stuff. But bench press, man, like a fixed barbell bench press,
certain rows for me
does not feel good on me.
Okay, well, wait, I have a question. So today, for instance, I was doing my triceps.
Yeah.
For a move like a tricep, I find it makes more sense to do a little bit of a lighter weight and go longer under tension. Because if I use too heavy of a weight and I only do like 4, for such a tiny weight, for my quads, like if I'm doing a Bulgarian, I feel a lot of power on 6 to 8. Yeah. But for triceps, if I only do 6 to 8, I feel like I'm not working it as much as I could if it was like more time under tension.
Well, yeah, there's a couple things to consider with that. So any move that you're doing for like the triceps,
like
in isolation, I typically like higher reps, and that's just what most people do. Okay. Like I don't want to be doing 6 reps on a skull crusher or something like that. I mean, that's just going to irritate the hell out of your elbows. Same thing with a curl.
Yeah.
Like I don't do anything less than 8 on any kind of isolation exercise. Even for like side laterals, the lowest I go is 10. And I'll go up 10 to like 15, 20, or I'll do like a rest pause set or something.
Yeah, like a rest pause.
I think that's great, but you need to tailor it to like the muscle group and the exercise. So for something like a bench press, dumbbell bench, you can get down into like that 6-8 rep range. Whereas if you're doing something like a pec fly or even like a dip, I don't want to be doing 3, 4, 5 reps on a dip. I mean, there's too much stuff like here and then your elbows and stuff like that.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Because of that, though, I think the reason why I do more is what you just said, the rest pause. So like a tricep feels like it's dying. And then literally like 10 or 15 seconds later, I can do more.
Right.
Whereas if it's like a full body move, like a Bulgarian, I could wait 10 seconds. It didn't get any, like my whole body's tapped.
Yeah, there's a greater
exhaustion
demand placed both on locally in the muscle and systemically too. So something like, think about the systemic you feel after a set of like heavy squats or deadlifts versus something you feel after like a set of curls.
Right.
It's completely, it's not.
I just feel it there. Yeah. I'm like, it hurts. I'm like,
yeah. Okay, and like you're doing a complete range of motion on both things, but the amount of that range of motion is very different from
the full body.
Like taking your knee, going through
leg.
A full range of motion, going down into a squat and then down up and that versus a curl where you're going up and down like that. And it's not can't, it's apples and oranges, man.
Yeah.
Or it's like apples and gorillas. It's nowhere near on like the same spectrum or something like that. So should a little guy, I would first look at the quality of the sets that you're doing, Yari. Are you pushing them to a high level of fatigue? Are you using good form? Or are you kind of like bouncing them, janking them around and all that stuff?
That's a good point.
What's your sleep stress like? Are you eating enough calories and those kind of things? Those are a few things to kind of consider. You don't necessarily have to do more volume if you're a smaller guy. If you're a low responder and you've got all those other pillars kind of satisfied, then we could look into something as far as increasing sets, increasing frequency, which is just another way to increase the total amount of sets you're doing per week. But generally speaking, as long as you're hitting 10 to 20 hard sets per week for a muscle group from the literature side of things, that's more than enough to get everything you need.
I think as long as you push yourself hard enough. whatever it does, whatever it takes to get that, right?
Does it make sense to take salt before exercise, and why?
Before, interesting. I think of it after to replenish. I've never thought about it before.
Well, like so Stan Efferding, the guy that does the vertical diet, we saw him on Shark Tank selling the cooler, like that big bodybuilder dude that was selling the cooler where you could stick your protein shakes in this little thermos.
I don't remember that, but I remember Shark Tank. I'm sorry.
But anyway, he's a big proponent of doing that. If you're going to be somebody that is exercising outdoors in the heat, like in summertime, it's nice. A lot of people are going to start doing like park workouts or just working outside or going on walks and stuff on the beach. Definitely take that because salt helps with nerve pulse signaling and things like that, muscle contraction, relaxation.
Beforehand.
Yeah. But don't look at it purely as a 30 minutes. I'm going to take my salt now and I'll be sufficient hydrated. Look at hydration as a 24-hour process. So just slamming like a gallon of water immediately before you go on train, that doesn't give your body time to like fully get it digested, flushed out. I mean, a lot of that you're going to just pissing out. Okay. So look at it more of like, make sure you're hydrating throughout the day. It's a 24-hour cycle. It's not just 30 minutes here and do all that. Yeah. So salt, if you're somebody that sweats a lot, trains in a very hot environment, or just somebody that doesn't consume enough, you don't add a lot of salt to your foods and you don't eat a lot of processed foods either, then yeah, you could definitely throw some salt in there. I mean, that's why a lot of the pre-workouts put a decent amount of salt in there, especially it can also help with muscle pumps and blood flow and things like that too.
Do you find sodium and things like that in intra workouts or pre-workouts?
Some of them you do, yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Take that into account. Don't take a lot of extra salt if your pre-workout and intra has it in there. So I was like,
a lot of things don't put a lot of the decent amount of salt that you would need. Just because you put that high of a dose of salt in something, it's going to make it taste horrendous. It's going to taste like a salt bomb.
Yes, it will.
But a really good example is Elemental Formulations pre-workout. That's got 2 grams each of potassium citrate and sodium citrate. You could also use something like the Astrolite.
Astrolite.
Which is the electrolyte formula from Glaxon, which is great.
Glaxon. Is that what this is?
I'm looking for... No, that's their greens formula. How much salt did we put in? We got 100 milligrams of sodium in Hooligan from a pollen. Okay. We might be upping that for a future run.
Interesting.
But yeah, you definitely want some salt in it.
I never think about that, but I eat a very salty diet. My favorite food is tortilla chips with beans and cheese. Pretty salty. I'm a salty girl.
Brooke, it is so random. I was literally trying to say that you guys should try watching Westworld, and it wouldn't post. Have you seen Westworld? It is so good.
What's what? There's 2. Series. No, but there's 2. There's like an old one and a new one. Are you talking about the new one?
I would assume so.
She might be talking about the old one. When you say Twilight Zone, you're talking about the old one. Is there a new one?
Yeah, they've had newer ones. But the original Rod Serling ones are the best.
Those are creepy too. Yeah.
So awesome.
Westworld. I love the idea of it.
Taking all my drink?
I was thirsty. It's hot. Does it have sodium?
I think it's only got trace amounts.
Oh, I don't know. I was just joking.
No, there actually is no sodium in that.
All right. What else we got?
I love the N64. It is so random. Okay, yeah, there we go. Does it make salt to take this? Yeah, we answered that. But yeah, it helps with nerve conduction, neurotransmitter synthesis, muscle function, hydration, all that good stuff. So yeah, if you're not using a lot of salt during the day a little bit extra will also help with blood flow and muscle pumps.
I feel like the average American probably doesn't struggle from lack of salt.
No, they definitely.
I would guess
the daily recommended suggested intake is around 2,000 milligrams, which is about a teaspoon. When I did an article several years ago, when looking at the link between salt intake, blood pressure, and all of that stuff, it's like the average person consumed upwards of like 3,400 milligrams. So yeah, 1,400 more.
Those potato chips will get you every time.
Yeah,
just throwing it out there.
The new one. Also, thanks for helping me out with emails. You're welcome, Brooke. Thank you for supporting the channel as always. I did get your latest email about the gut health supplements. There's a couple on there. I think I'm going to save that for a topic for the final scoop. We can talk about this so I can do a little bit more research on them. Just off the top of my head, there are a few ingredients. Like there are some probiotics for the issues that we were discussing in the email. And she reached out saying, hey, I've got some family members that are dealing with some stuff. Are any of the gut health supplements basically worth checking out?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of things like Core Biome, that compound solution puts out is an ingredient that can help with gut health and things like that. You can look at a few other things too.
What is the Robbie's thing that I was taking like 7 pills a day?
That was the resistance, the immune formula.
Oh, that was an immune, that wasn't gut health.
No.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. I always I get confused because I know when somebody says gut health, or probiotics. I imagine they're pooping, but then I also imagine that like when they say, I feel like isn't there stuff in your intestines that has like a ton of bacteria in a good way?
Yeah, it's your gut microbiome.
Do they mean the small intestine or the large intestine?
Small intestine.
Oh, I don't know. The wet one. I watched the Magic School Bus, so I know that the small intestine is wet and the large intestine is dry.
But yeah, probiotics help with digestion, but also there is a link between like gut health and immune function.
Right. So, that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
So if you poop a lot, are you healthier? Like
depends on the
do you not get like
quality and consistency of your poop?
Oh, what's my poop supposed to be? What's my poop supposed to be?
I mean, you want something kind of solid, but you don't want it to feel like you're straining and having to like get a pencil to work it out kind of thing. But you also don't want to be having pure liquid come out either. That's not good. Okay.
We'll talk about this later, guys.
Yeah, this is...
I'm just curious.
We can take the camera in the bathroom with us now. We can inspect the droppings.
I'm just curious. I don't know. I don't know what it's supposed to be. No one ever talks about it. See what we just did? We didn't talk about it. What if... that is something we should talk about on normal. Everybody does it. There's even a book. Everybody poops. So no offense, but like maybe people should talk about it more often so that we know when there's an issue. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you don't talk about it, how do you know that you have a problem? You don't know. You assume everybody has the same body as you.
I mean, if you're having a strain to get something out,
we don't know. Maybe it
burns when it's coming out.
What if you think that that's what it's supposed to be like? What if you think this is what it's like to poop and you don't know any better because you've never ever talked to anybody about it? So it's not normal to strain, by the way?
I mean, is
that not normal?
How frequently and how hard are you having to strain?
Well, now that we're talking about it, it's harder for me usually than not. It doesn't just...
Are you turning like Elvis where you're going to have a heart attack on the toilet because you're straining so hard?
How honest do you want me to be? Is that bad? I thought that was normal. I thought that's what everybody does. See, if we don't talk about it, how do I know that apparently I'm weird? How do I know you're not weird? How do I know that what you're doing isn't weird and what I'm doing is normal?
I'm just going to say me and the halfling are like clockwork. You are, whenever the moon is full and the stars are bright.
It's confusing. I don't know. I'm trying to work on my, sorry guys. Thank you. I mean, I'm just trying to say, how do you know what normal is if you don't talk about it enough? I can't like gauge, whatever. Sorry. I'm going to start talking to people at work about it.
I would love to be around for those discussions.
They know me.
Yeah.
It won't come as a shock.
Morphogen Nutrition, a reputable company to purchase supplements from.
Ooh.
I think Ben Hartman, the owner, founder, formulator, all that good stuff for Morphogen, the brains behind Morphogen. Yeah, super top-notch formulas, really good company. Yeah, I've got no issues with Ben. He's given me no reason to question any of his stuff before.
That's good.
So I like his stuff. I like his formulas. I haven't tried any of his stuff personally, but I've had him on the podcast several times. Him and I, talk frequently, not like every day or weekly basis.
We're besties. We have bracelets.
We have matching toe rings.
We have like half those necklaces that like one half says best and the other half says friends. And they each have one.
No, we actually got toe rings that do that so we can meld our toes together like that.
Y'all have never seen his toes. I'm about to take this camera and show you that he literally looks like a mutant from X-Men. Like as if his body started to morph into a frog, but then it stopped at his ankles. I need you. You know what? I think it's time. Show them your toes.
Don't toe shame me.
And there's a reason we're doing it because they deserve to be shamed. They are so weird looking, Robert. Okay, I'm sorry. I love this man, but he's got to wear socks around here. But even with his toes are longer than my fingers.
That's not
and
true.
I'm going to be honest with you. Here's his big toe, which is still really big, and then his second toe is like way up here. And then wait, I'm not done.
It is a defining feature of the
Sinetsky. And it's really long. It's like longer than my middle finger. I'm not even lying to you. And it does this weird, you know where the knuckles are? Like the three knuckles? It's like really skinny knuckle, really skinny knuckle. It looks like a frog. It looks like a frog. And then wait, this is the weird part. So it's like big toe, second toe, 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 toe. His baby toe is down here. It's like half of his foot is toes. He just pushed me with his toes. Please don't do that. I'm going to scream. You know I can't do that. Stop it! Seriously. I'm sorry. Stop it. Oh my God. He can pinch really big things. Stop it! Because his big toe and his really long toe are like really long. They're like clompers. He can pinch he can pinch my entire ankle between his first and second toe. Stop. He can literally. I'm sorry.
I just haven't tried making an old fashioned with my toes yet. That's what I will aspire to do.
You know what? Please ask him to show his toes because they're the weirdest things. That's not normal. I've seen enough toes to know that. I'm sorry. That's the only part that's really gross.
Yet again, we're still waiting for applications for co-hosting duties on this.
I'm sorry. It's like, I love you. I really love you.
All right, Brooke's chiming in. I would really like their stuff. This is for Jan. Or is it Jan? Maybe is it Jan or is it Jan?
It's a good question.
Yeah. Morphogen definitely has some cool products. It's not a group. Yeah. Well, Brooke always, talks about Morphogen stuff. But,
I mean, when you find something you like it. I totally understand.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a really good handful of companies that I work with or support and will have no problem singing their praises. Glaxon, Elemental Formulations.
I like their stuff. I like Genius Joy.
Inspired. Genius Joy is fantastic.
Makes me feel good.
Yeah. So many good things.
Yeah.
CJ. I know you don't like glycerol because it needs higher doses to get effect, but it's in nearly everything these days. Why are even reputable people using it like Gorilla Chemist or Inspired?
Ooh. Talk to me, Goose. Go.
I mean, when you're formulating products, I'm not going to speak for these other brands.
Okay.
Because they have their own reasons for doing that. Some people say that they've noticed effects from using the ingredient.
What? Tell me what effects I'm supposed to feel from this ingredient. Help me understand what glycerol is.
Glycerol is a compound that it enhances cellular hydration.
So it
increases cell volumization. Yeah, so it enhances
bigger.
Yeah, muscle fullness, muscle volume.
Okay.
Cellular swelling, so it improves hydration. Fatigue resistance helps regulate, and the more hydrated you are, the more resistant you are to fatigue setting in, especially in hot environments because you create the state of hyperhydration. It also gives you more muscle fullness, so you get those water-based pumps.
Right.
So instead of something like citrulline, which is increasing nitric oxide, this is more like creatine, betaine, taurine, where it's increasing like hydration status, and also you get a more fuller look and a little bit a better pump.
You would use this in like a pre-workout.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, all of the studies to date done in glycerol are in people doing like endurance activity outside. And the loading is anywhere between 0.5 grams up to 1 gram per kilogram. So if you weigh 70 kilograms, you need between like 35 and 70 grams of glycerol.
Right.
That's just pure glycerol. All of the supplements on the market, all the quality ones are 65% glycerol yield. So they might have 3 grams in there, but it's 65% of that. So you're not even getting anywhere. You're getting like 1/10 of the minimum dose to even possibly get glycerol.
I just want to confirm. You're supposed to have 35 grams of glycerol, and they're giving you 3 grams.
Of a 65%.
So not even 3 grams.
You're getting like 1.8, yeah.
Oh, I don't understand. Why would you even put it in there? Unless, what if they put 30 in there? Would then you agree with it?
I mean,
would that mess up your...
Yeah, it would turn into just like this massive clump of stuff. And so, maybe people say that, oh man, I'm getting really good pumps from glycerol.
Are you?
But when it's complexed in there with citrulline, agmatine, nitrosogene, grapeseed extract, pomegranate extract, salt, all of the taurine, betaine, creatine, all these other things. How do you know that the 2 grams of glycerol is doing all of anything?
Can I ask a weird question?
So, I mean, I'm not poo-pooing the formulas because Gorilla Chemist is a smart dude. He knows his stuff. Chris at Inspired, super smart dude, super cool dude, knows his stuff. Both of their formulas, top notch. Lots of companies use glycerol. I'm just not a big believer in the ingredient because the dosages aren't anywhere near what the science says. Plus it leads to all kinds of clumping stuff. It's not in there. It leads to all kinds of clumping issues in the product too. So if you have any,
so then it has disadvantages and it doesn't even give you a big advantage.
Because then you give the product to some consumer. It's humid. They live in Louisiana or in Florida. Their tub glumps up into like this wet sand mixture, and they're saying my product's gone bad. It's wrong, and then that's not true. It's just you got a bunch of hygroscopic ingredients in there. It's absorbed a bunch of water into it clumps. It doesn't reduce the effectiveness or the safety of it or anything, or the taste even. Could a lower dose possibly benefit you? I'm not putting that out of the realm, and I'm not discounting people's anecdotal experiences, but how many of them have actually just used glycerol at a 3 gram dose by itself with no other pump ingredients in there, no other hydrating agents, just that by itself? Okay,
I was going to ask a question.
And plus, a lot of these other morons that do like this dry scooping bullshit, which is a big fad now.
Wait,
they'll
why are they morons? What if it's you dry scoop things all the time?
You're not trying to be cool.
I'm
not doing a TikTok video on dry shooting a pre-workout.
I don't know
it's
who I
1 gram
dislike
of mushrooms.
The people that make the TikToks or the ones that watch them. I think it's the ones that watch them. I'm
so
sorry if I'm dissing you.
Doing 1 gram of a mushroom powder is different than doing 20 grams of a pre-workout where you have all of these ingredients that need water to be absorbed. Taurine, glycerol, creatine, betaine, all of these things are osmolytes, so they enhance the body's ability to uptake and regulate cell volume. So if you're not drinking any water with it, you're not getting the benefits of these ingredients.
That's really funny.
You also need the water to absorb all the nutrients and facilitate the distribution through the body.
Watch the Magic School Bus. That's where you're wrong. You guys need the liquid.
Yeah, I mean, so, you know, when you're formulating a product, there's certain things to consider. Like, you have your own personal experience. Like, do you really like the ingredient? Maybe you responded really well to it. That's fine. I mean, there's certain stimulants and stuff I don't like, but I would put them in a product if so. That's the second part. What are the consumers looking for? So, you know, a lot of people put beta-alanine in it. The company owner might not like beta-alanine, and it might not serve much of a benefit for people that are just doing resistance training, you know, just regular like 3x10 workouts. But consumers like the tingles. You know, it gives them that sensation. It makes it feel like the pre-workout's hitting harder.
Okay.
So, you know, your consumers are expecting the ingredient. That's why a lot of people put S7 in the product, because there was all that hype. They just see that trademark and say, oh yeah,
they'll buy it.
It's not a good product unless it's got, you know, 6 grams of citrulline in that, even though the effective dose of citrulline is anywhere between 2.4 grams all the way up to 10 grams.
But then putting it in is just furthering the misinformation.
Right, but you're also potentially losing out on sales too. So where are you drawing your line in the sand?
Of integrity? Okay, I gotcha.
Right, yeah.
That's just interesting.
So yeah, I think there's other ingredients that have the same effects as glycerol, but they don't cause clumping issues nearly as much.
Wait, I do have a question.
The doses shown are actually much lower than glycerol doses shown.
Okay, so my question is glycerol something I can just buy? Can I just like buy glycerol?
Yeah, it's just vegetable glycerin. You can order a giant jug of it off Amazon, and you can just pour like 2 ounces of that into your pre-workout shake and drink it that way. That would be the way to go, glycerol. Forget all this Hydromax crap in your pre-workouts.
Then that's okay. Well, that's what I was curious about.
Yeah, you can buy just vegetable glycerin in a little pour thing, and like you take a 2-ounce shot of it.
What does it taste like?
I don't know.
Nothing? Does it taste like nothing? Does it taste like
I think
oil?
it has a slightly sweet kind of taste.
You think it's sweet?
Slight sweet.
I kind of want to buy some now.
We can.
That's going to happen. This is happening.
Brooke, with you, Sandy, I hate the flush and the tingling.
It's like I'm in the middle of like lifting something heavy, and my ear is distracting me. I'm like, fight through. Just it's fine. Everything's fine. And sometimes I have to get cold water or like my shaker bottle that has ice in it, and I just rub it on my ears. I'm like, oh. So it's more distracting than anything.
There we go. Thank you, Brooke.
Brooke.
Thank you.
Brooke, you need to see them.
Number 1 subscriber.
You need to see them. Stop it. I can't. I'm a slow mover and I'm not very agile. But if he does it like in bed, I hop out. I'm like out of the bed. If he tries to touch, he pinches my entire ankle, my entire Achilles with his little toes. Stop it. Somebody, okay, we need to show these. Okay, we have to do it. You just asked for it. I'm showing your toes. You hold up your foot. Do it. Don't you?
I'm offended.
He has them in a Crocs right now, so I'm happy.
In the Crocs. Crocs, not crotch. Crocs.
Oh my God. So one time I got out of the car and I was really tired, and the guy, like the valet, like opens the car door and he's like, dig in your crotch. And I said, what? And he goes, dig in your crotch. And I go, and I look at Robert, and Robert and I are looking at each other like, what? And he goes, your Crocs. They're cool. And I was wearing Crocs. And I said, oh, I thought you told me to dig in my crotch. And the poor valet turned beet red and huge eyes. He's like, oh, I would never. I was like, no, now I shouldn't have told you what I thought you said. I feel now I made you uncomfortable. I'm so sorry. But I was like, why should I dig in my crotch? Is there something in my G? Like, because I was wearing pants. It was confusing. I was like, why? Why should I dig in my crotch? Okay, sorry. He said, dig in your Crocs.
Digging
your Crocs.
Surprised you haven't pruned them to normalcy.
You can't. And sometimes
I need to find a clothing company that embraces me for my long toes and tells me it's okay to have long toes.
Sometimes the toenails are long too, and that's just really scary. Because it's like, oh wait, that's embarrassing. Don't.
It's officially time.
I'm sorry.
It's officially time.
I'm sorry.
We're going up
but
here.
sometimes Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes it's like winter. You wear socks every day, like you don't notice.
I'll let you finish the podcast. I'm rolling.
Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all need to see it. You need to see it. And it's so bad. I'm not even exaggerating. That's the worst part. You'll see. We'll show you one day.
No, we won't.
Yes, we will. Pinky, big toe, middle toe. It's like half his size 12 foot.
Josh is a first-time commenter on here.
I don't know what Susamungus is. Oh, is it something dirty? Did I just curse?
I don't know.
Did I say something dirty?
No idea. It's not okay to see. It's a reason my liver's not going to make it past 36.
Hey, take your acetyl. What's it called?
N-acetylcysteine.
N-acetylcysteine.
Not anal cetyl.
I thought that's what you just said. I literally just repeated what you just said. Anal cysteine.
No.
Anal cysteine.
What is on your mind?
What did you say? I just repeated you.
I never said anal.
Anal cysteine.
No.
What did you say?
I never said anal.
Okay, well, tell me what you said. That's what he sounded like. N. Oh, like the letter N. Acetyl.
Acetyl. N.
N. Ace.
Acetyl.
Etyl.
Acetyl.
Acetyl.
N-acetyl.
Y'all, this is such a weird word. N-acetyl.
Cysteine.
Wait, there's an L though. You forget the L.
That's just saying which isoform.
N-acetyl L-cysteine.
Yeah, but you can just say Arnak.
The words, Robert. The words. I feel like I'm on an episode of House, and they're like, "Could it be take out the?" And I'm like, I don't know how you audition for this role. If you can just pronounce the words. Okay, what are we looking at? What's going on? Did you take your N-acetyl?
No, I'm going to take that afterwards.
Okay.
I'm just going to enjoy my bourbon.
What kind did you go with?
That's a good question.
What kind?
I went with Early Times Bottled in Bond.
That looks fancy.
Minimum 4-year age. Delicious kind of caramelly notes.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. I'm a sucker for packaging.
It's so good.
So like there was one of these that we bought, and I don't even know if it's good, but look at this bad boy. Who doesn't want to drink that? It looks like a magic genie is going to come out if I rub it.
That is the Willet pot still bourbon. I don't actually like it that much.
See? Yeah. But the bottles are really cool, right?
The bottle is definitely cool.
Yeah. Makes
So
you want to
we're
drink
just going
it.
to go through the bourbon collection now.
No, we're not going to go through the bourbon collection now.
We're going to go through that now. All right.
But Robert and I want to take what'd you call it? There's like a tour, like a vacation you want to do.
The Bourbon Trail. Yeah.
The Bourbon Trail. Yeah. How cool is that? Let's all go together. It'll be fun. It'll be a vacay. Okay, anyways, yeah. We're done? We're good?
No, I apologize. Don't worry, you don't have to apologize, Josh. You do not enjoy the things that I once loved. That makes 2 of us. 12 years later, it just doesn't work anymore. Big chungus? Yes, my toes are big. And you know what they say about guys with big toes?
Thank you.
You both really make my day. I'm crying. Good.
It's
mission accomplished.
Yeah.
And Brooke.
We make Brooke happy.
Thank you so much, Brooke. You are fantastic.
Okay.
You're putting that raise to good work. It's going right into my
nail file.
Yeah. You're such an asshole. I'm offended. I need reparations. I'm offended now. You're gonna make it up.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, Brooke, I think you've officially bought me a bottle of Early Times now because I think this is only $20 for this bottle. Too.
It's called a budget bourbon. I've learned that.
Yeah,
I've learned that recently.
It's so good. I'm an old fashioned guy, but I mean, like this one is just smooth enough to where you can just kind of like sip it on its own.
Let me tell you something about an old fashioned. They are really expensive. And for someone who doesn't drink a lot, like my parents came in and I think it was my mom, she's like, well, aren't there a lot of ingredients in there? And I said, you know what's weird is it's not. It's basically straight bourbon and then some bitters, which is like nothing. And then that's it. That's it, like sugar. Like, why are old fashions so heinously expensive and they have this reputation? I'm like, you're kind of just drinking straight bourbon. But Robert does them so well. He is this close to opening an old-fashioned shop so people can just buy his old fashions because you do them so well, and he's made them for a plethora of people, tons of people.
Well, 2 weeks ago,
I
did it for your work
at my work party, and
I made 30
everyone loved them. Like people that know their stuff are like that's and even people that don't like cocktails or straight liquor, they taste it like, damn, this is good. And it's so weird that you can make an old-fashioned taste good because it's just bourbon, but you do a really good job. We're not going to tell you the secret ingredient, but there's some secret ingredients. But you do a good job.
Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome.
And that's the fun thing with the old fashions. Like, there's so many different bourbons, and you can do like rye and stuff like that with it. Anything you try. So bourbon experienced a rebirth a few years ago. So did the old fashioned, the art of like cocktail mixing.
It's because of Crazy Stupid Love.
And
you know, with Ryan.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with it. You have 5G internet, and I don't understand what's going on. Google Fiber.
We have Google Fiber.
Yeah,
we're supposed to be.
And the router is literally 20 feet that way. There's no like steel partition.
Google, you've taken over the world. You shouldn't falter.
So anyway, it's based off the old-fashioned whiskey cocktail. So bourbon is a type of whiskey. Rye is a type of whiskey. You don't do it with tequila. You don't do it with rum.
Maraschino cherry.
You don't do it with what else? Rum, tequila, vodka. No, you don't bastardize the glory that is the old-fashioned cocktail.
Well, no one's ever had yours. They don't understand the glory.
There you go.
Glory of love.
Should we put that on our playlist?
Yeah, we have a playlist, and I just want to tell you, this is the best playlist ever. If you have not heard the song, what's the song? You know what I'm saying? You know the song. The song.
Far From Over?
Yes.
Staying Alive?
Staying Alive. Can you play it?
No, because we're going to copyright strike.
Dang it. Okay. I need you to look up the intro to Staying Alive, the movie. It's the sequel to Saturday Night Fever. Not nearly as good, but it's really cheesy and great, if you know what I'm saying.
Directed by Sylvester Stallone.
It's like a bad movie that's so great to watch. But anyways, the opening scene is like, dun, 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 dun. It was so good. Oh, man. And he has to put that song on. Otherwise, I'm not going to we put it on towards the end of the workout. Our workout song has that. Eye of the Tiger. It has You're the Best Around. It's the Karate Kid song. If you don't know it, look it up. These need to be on your playlist. So You're the Best Around. Eye of the Tiger with Far From Over.
No Easy Way Out.
There's no easy way out. And you're like, yeah, I hear you because I'm working out. Oh, and I'm sorry. I really like the song from Footloose when he's dancing in the shed. Never, 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 never. So good.
Basically, it's an 80s powerhouse playlist.
Yeah, and what's great is if you've seen the movies, you harness the inner Kevin Bacon or the inner Sylvester Stallone or the inner John Travolta in his Staying Alive zone. And you're like, oh, yeah. Because mentally, you have to be there in the workout. So if you mentally see yourself as Rocky, man, you're going to cheer him up. Such a good song. Seriously, it's a good song. I wish we could play it. Love that song.
Thank you, Josh.
It's all true.
Now you had a hand in Unbound.
He did.
What is the feeling you get from the pre? I'm interested in that and enjoy the ride. I liked the pre-workout, but we tried several different varieties of them. I have not tried the finished one. So I did we beta sampled 3 different versions. I'm still waiting on my box to arrive.
He's waiting, even though everybody else already got one.
Stop.
Sorry.
Lucas got a box. Lucas is
no respect.
So no, I'm waiting on the finalized version here. Nice. So we all have our say in the formula and whatnot. I know the beta samples of the 3 different ones I tried because we messed around with some yohimbine in one, a yo-yo blend in the other one with no yohimbine. My favorite experiences were with the A and C varieties. I didn't like B as much; just felt off. It felt weird. So out of those 2, the A and the C, like the energy was super strong. Motivation was really high. Performance was great. But I haven't tried the final product. Everything I tried was in the beta development state, so I have not received the final product yet. So soon.
When are we going to get that accelerant? Wait, am I allowed to say the name of it? Oh, I'm just joking. Oh, I'm just joking. Like, I'm just talking nonsense. I see the last set of that I've seen. I don't even know what I'm saying.
Anal cysteine.
Anal. I'm not saying that. I was saying everything you were saying. I was like, I'm not going to say that. I don't know what I'm talking about.
So, yeah, accelerant.
No, don't say it.
I can say it. It's okay. That is
but it's really great.
Energy thermogenic fat burner stim pill that I'm working on with
magic.
Condemned Labs.
The magic.
But then there's also this little beauty that I'm working on with Condemned Labs too.
You can't see anything.
But that sample just arrived.
Are you going to give it to me?
2 days ago, yes.
Cool. I'll tell you if I like it.
So we're running that this is in development. It's a nootropic. 3 capsule serving right here, unless we make any tweaks to it. But
They look
nice
scary.
full supplement.
Wait, how come some of them are black and some of them are white?
Because there's capsule materials. Well, yeah, these are samples, so they're just going to put it.
Oh, okay. So I was like, wait, am I supposed to like one black, one white?
Well, no, and I was talking with Robbie at Apollon about just like, so there's material shortages. We've talked about that, you know.
So instead of putting it into containers, you put it in a bag, like protein powder bags.
Well, you can do that. It all depends on what materials I have. But Robbie was saying, like, look, if you want to, I can give you one of his manufacturers that we're talking to. He said, look, I can run all black capsules for you for this product, or I can do all red capsules. You can have whatever color you want, but it's going to be like 8 weeks in addition to whatever we have here. So you can either take what stock we have here, or you can wait like 8 or 10 weeks for us to
take it
do
and look
something.
crazy. So, just do it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's I like the that new chocolate.
Oh, I haven't tried it yet. So. I'm excited.
No,
give it to me. Yet. Give it to me on Monday when I go to work.
I'll give it to you tomorrow. You got meetings tomorrow too. Or no, you're going to get coffee in the morning.
No, I do need it tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm presenting an idea to all the heads of all of the, like all the upper people. I have this great idea.
You're going to get coffee at 10 a.m.
I am getting coffee at 10 a.m.
So
after we work out.
You don't want that.
There's a lot of things. I'm going to be drinking a lot of I'm going to do a lot of caffeine.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting. Give me a low dose caffeine pre-workout tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow's leg day.
Yeah. I love the euphoric feeling. Some promote rage. No rage. I love hearing your ideas. Any pre's you have both been trying that have stood out? It really depends on the day.
We were just talking about that actually.
So certain days I want something that is going to kind of like light my hair and my balls on fire. Like, I want something like that's going to kick me in the teeth and get me angry, super duper.
We were talking about angry though.
Something for like and I've kind of changed over the years with the pre-workout I want before like a leg training session. I don't want something super intense, high, aggressive, anything like that.
You don't want super aggressive before leg day.
No, because I already amped myself up enough for that. And I just like, if I take something too intense, it's either like making me breathe too much. I'm going, like, I can't recover my breath between sets. Or it makes me too angry. And then anytime you like utter a sentence, or like if the halfling's around I'm trying to do it, if she says something, it just sends me into like the red. And I just say like, shut the up kind of thing. It irritates me to one of those kind of extents. So interestingly enough, for leg day, I'll either use like a half a scoop of Hooligan from Apollon, or I really enjoy the Steel Fits Steel Pump. Okay. So I know that it's got 300 milligrams of caffeine, it's got some KSM in it, and it's got some L-theanine. I typically don't like those ingredients in a pre-workout, but for something like a leg session, especially if I'm training with you, like if I'm by myself, I can take whatever and I'll be fine. But if there's other people in the area, I need something that's going to kind of keep me a little bit more.
I annoy him when we work out. That's fine. Yeah. Well, I am annoying, so it's fine. It's nothing I haven't heard before.
Yeah.
Wait, tell me what you gave me on leg day. Because I told you we were walking afterwards. Yeah. And I told him it was a great angry, but I wasn't angry like annoyed. Like when someone says they're working out angry, that means I'm emotional, right? And I'm like PMSing or something. It's a horrible feeling. I don't want to work out when I'm mad, but I had this intense aggression on leg day, and it was like, I'm gonna get you, sucker. I'm gonna do another rep. You think you got me? I'm gonna do another rep. And that Staying Alive song was on. I was like, yeah. And so it was exactly what I needed for leg day, because for leg day, if you guys know, I mean, hopefully you do, you got to keep pumping out 2 more, 3 more, even when you think you're done. You've got to just keep going. And it takes that extra like aggression. I loved what I had on leg day. What did I have? What did you give me?
Was that Tuesday?
I don't know. Whatever day we did leg day. What day was that?
Tuesday, because today's Thursday. So we're just going to go through all the stuff that we typically do.
Okay.
So pre-workouts. Okay. I love Hooligan.
Okay.
I don't ever use a full scoop. I always go like half scoop. So that's 300 milligrams of caffeine staggered across everything.
Okay.
This is great anytime, even if like on the leg day, I love this on that. It's great. It's not too much over the top. I'm sure if I did a full scoop, then that would, definitely light me on fire.
Okay.
But this is great anytime. If I'm looking for something that is going to have a little bit of an edge to it, but just like go the whole damn day, Cannibal Ferox from Chaos and Pain. It's got theophylline in it, which maybe a dietary supplement, probably isn't, but super long lasting. It's got like an 8-hour half-life on it. Fantastic. This is just, you feel great. Don't do a full scoop. The full scoop, TJ at Fitness Seal News did a full scoop. He said it fucks you up bad. Do a half scoop of it, and just you're gonna cruise, and you're gonna be great on it.
I loved what you gave me. That was intense.
Enduraline, Anova Farm, fantastic.
Did you stack any of these? All individual?
Well, I just gave this to you by itself for leg day.
Okay. So and that's what I liked.
Enduraline. So it's more of like a energy boosting fat burner, powdered fat burner, thermogenic. I mean, it says endurance enhancing fat loss powder. So it's more of like a pre-cardio, kind of like fat loss one. But the stem focus blend on this is top notch. The flavors are great. Chris at Innova Farm, known him for years.
I didn't give up.
I've had him on the podcast. Mood, energy, euphoria. They've tweaked the formula a few times over the years, but this latest edition, especially the sangria flavor, delicious. There's 125 milligrams of caffeine per scoop in this, so we take 2 scoops usually. So 250 caffeine plus all the other fun, like happy chemicals.
We have to start tracking it down because you just randomly like, what are you in the mood for? And he randomly concocts something like an apothecary and pops it in my mouth. And then I don't remember what it was or what. Okay, so we need to start keeping track of this.
So
because I really like
this. Is great. Yes, it's a prop blend, but when I'm just looking for like energy and stuff like that, I love this. I mean, it's great. Chris is a super solid guy.
I need good stuff.
I can't say enough good things about that product.
He loves leg day. I don't. I need the motivation. He doesn't.
I don't have Glaxon's specimen here. I just have their tubs of greens. If you were looking for something that is gonna I tried a full serving of their specimen, the yo-yo blend. So it's got the yohimbine hydrochloride.
That's funny.
And the alpha yohimbine in there. I did the full. Actually, I mixed up a full serving because they sent me a few beta batches to try before they released it. I got through 3/4 of that. That thing hits like a son of a bitch, and like you feel like you don't come down for like 6 hours.
I mean, that'd be great because then you could work out and then you could work.
Yeah, I mean,
and be like, let's do this.
Joey at Glaxon is a wizard. I'll have to get you some of that.
Yeah, I want to try it.
But yeah, I mean that if you were looking for something to like kick you in the teeth and just go, you were going to be buzzing all goddamn day on that one. So that's a great one. Elemental Formulations pre-workout. This is the flavor is. It says sour watermelon. It is super sour because it's got 2 grams each of potassium citrate and sodium citrate in there. So it's super tart, but it's got the full 508 milligrams of Vasodrive AP. It's got 300 milligrams caffeine anhydrous, 300 of alpha GPC, 200 of huperzine, 2 grams of N-acetyl-L-tyrosine, 8 grams of citrulline malate, 3.2 beta-alanine. Super solid all-around pre-workout, great energy, great focus. A good versatile, it doesn't really matter what day of the week, I'll take that. Another
we got a lot, guys.
Amazing pre-workout.
Ask and you shall receive.
Hypermax, I mean, there's a reason it continues to be at the top of everybody's pre-workout ranking guides. In a full serving, it's 400 milligrams of caffeine plus the original stuff, Performax.
Oh, that's the shirt I'm wearing. Exactly. Oh, you can't see.
There you go.
It's the shirt I'm wearing.
Yeah. So 200 milligrams of caffeine per scoop, 400 in a total scoop, but it's got tyrosine, synephrine, some alpha yohimbine in there. Hordenine, 2 types of PEA, so you get the long-lasting PEA from the urea gerensis. You get the beta-phenethylamine, which is the kind of like the acute acting one that wears off quickly, but that's why you put the hordenine in there, and dimethylphenethylamine citrate. It's got Vaso-6, agmatine, citrulline, so great, versatile all-around pre-workout. I only end up using like 3/4 of a serving, so
there you go.
2 scoops, I would probably use a scoop and a half. It's 300 milligrams of caffeine. You feel great on it the whole time.
Sounds good.
Euphoria, energy, everything.
I had that recently.
G Fuel.
Didn't I?
Yeah, I think you used this for Monday for back.
I felt good on that day. Yeah. I did good. I did more pull-ups than I usually do.
So G Fuel, it's got 4,000 different flavors.
That was a good day.
Flavoring is great. Yes, it's more of like a nootropic energy drink gaming supplement, but for something like low stim, it's only 140 milligrams of caffeine per scoop. But I mean, that's really all you need.
I mean, do what you gotta do.
It's super solid for like just if you need an afternoon energy burst to just get some work done, you don't feel like coffee and an energy drink. This is really good, but for your pre-workouts, you really don't care about pumps and all that much. You need more of like the mental focus.
Yeah, right. More I need caffeine mental focus right now.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go pumps once I get my act together more with our workout.
Yeah. Primeval Labs Ape Shit. I love this product. I've loved it ever since it was released back in like 2017. The energy blend, yes, it's a prop blend. Then I've said this, you can go back and look at old reviews on Price Plow with CJ and stuff like that. I knocked it then as having a problem, but God damn it, there's something good that always hits me really well with this energy blend. It's the mixture of the yohimbine. It used to have CDP choline in it. It's just regular choline by tartrate now. There's a couple of different forms of caffeine. There's some huperzine. There's yohimbine. Really good all-around stuff. Just really, really solid product. I like it. I used to really like this on leg day, actually, and I've kind of transitioned because it used to make me really angry, but then that was
when I was working out angry with me.
Yeah.
When school starts again, you can use it.
And then the thing I only save on very, very special occasions, Double Impact, which is super high stim, lots and lots of fun stuff in there.
I don't know.
But yeah, that's the stuff that I mostly rotate between these. And there's
mostly rotate between these. Have you got show the people at home what this looks like when you rotate between these? Go ahead. I just want to show you on the counter what he just showed us. I think we should take the opportunity and show him our pantry.
Well, I just dumped out like another 15 things.
There you go. Scroll it, and keep going the other way, and the other way. That's all. Let's show them our pictures. Let's show them our pictures. No, do it. That's our alcohol. Hold on, everybody.
No, we're not doing it.
We're doing it.
We're not doing it.
Do it.
We're not doing it.
We're doing it. We're doing it. Supplements. Can you see that this is our only spices? Everything else is supplements. Look up, go up, and yeah, that's all supplements. Even up there, there's a Cheerio box, and that's the only food in there. Everything else is supplements, and on the ground too. Yeah, that's all. I hope you guys are happy. That's all I'm saying. We don't have food in there.
Nope.
It's just supplements. So that's happening. Okay. We heading out, bud? We heading out?
Well.
Oh, I just wanted to say, really funny story. Does anyone remember what I started at? Do you remember what I started at?
No.
I was at 13.5. I'm at 14.7 now. I got over 1,000 steps just standing here.
Are we good?
1,000 steps, baby. Isn't that kind of funny? I got over 1,000 steps. Just stand here. All right. Any comments that we need to keep up with?
That is one to avoid at all costs. The rage and short breath.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's why I tend you like nootropics more for stuff, and so
yeah, I like nootropics.
Like Enduraline, great mood and energy.
Yeah.
Hypermax has some really good euphoria.
Brooke, use this. Get this, Brooke, and tell me if you like it as much as I do. Yeah. I need to do it again for another. I'll use this one tomorrow. And double check.
There's a ton of flavors for Enduraline too. That's
really?
The sangria one. Yeah.
I liked it, didn't I?
Chris is awesome. Chris is over there.
I don't know.
Really,
I don't know
really
anything.
Good.
I just know how I felt.
They also have one of the best non-stem pump pre-workouts. So there's a lot of really great stem-free pump pre-workouts on the market. So like Bare Knuckle from Apollon is fantastic. Plasm Surge from Glaxon is great. FSU from Inspired is fantastic. Ghost Pump is outstanding. Nova Pump Neuro or just Nova Pump, either one from Innova Farm, top notch. I turned so red from specimen. Yeah, the niacin flush on that. Well, if you listen to Joey at Glaxon, he eats like 500 milligrams of niacin like it's nothing.
Sometimes if I eat before I do those, I don't notice it as much.
Only if I take it in the morning. Well, maybe because you're taking it fasted.
Food. I think it's food. I was going to say, if I take it fasted, it sucks. If I take it with food, I don't notice the niacin flush as much.
Yeah, pantry. Oh, yeah, there's also...
There's a lot of stuff in that pantry.
Oh, yeah, and I've also been cleaning out some of it. So I sent Creamy a package of goodies I gave the guy that moved into the neighborhood a few bottles
You cleaned out an entire box, and you couldn't even tell. It's because all of those items, it's not like there's one. It's like there's an item, there's one behind it, and there's like 4 for every one. Does that make sense? Like what you see, there's rows behind it, and they're on top of stuff. So it's even more than you think there are.
Yeah.
It's magical.
So,
yeah.
All right. Last call for questions, guys. You got any other comments, questions, queries, quips, or requests for future topics? Please let us know.
Yeah.
Future topics. You got any questions? Feel free to email me at supplementengineer@gmail.com.
And you have homework. You need to go to YouTube right now and type in "Staying Alive" intro, and you will not regret it. That song is powerful.
Yes.
Add it to your playlist. Not Staying Alive. Hold on. Not Staying Alive, but the song from the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Sylvester Stallone directed it. His brother Frank Stallone did the Staying Alive song, or the Far From Over as the
Frank Stallone did Far From Over. Yeah. It's a song. Far From Over is the name of the song. You could just YouTube the song, but the intro of the movie is pretty funny.
Oh, it's awesome. What else? This is a good one.
This is a good one apparently too, Brooke.
What else? We got a couple others.
We have a couple others. You know we have
Ruthless. We've done a review of this on the channel. Ruthless from Iron Brothers. Fantastic. Convict Stem from Condemned Labs. This is their original formula. They have a newer one that doesn't have the DMHA in it. So
okay, do what you gotta do.
Are all good.
Right, time to go, friends.
I think that. Oh yeah, because you got to go.
I have to pick up the piglet.
So, all right, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. We were on for a long time today.
We do what we got to do. We do what you got to do.
Yeah. Any comments, questions, leave them down below or shoot me an email, supplementengineer@gmail.com. Links for all that are in the description. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the video. Leave us a 5-star review on iTunes if you listen to us. If you want to further support the crew for the Final Scoop, you can save 15% on any Pollen Nutrition products.
Ooh, get their protein.
The code Final Scoop.
Peanut butter cookie, chocolate. Get their protein. It's really good.
Oh, the caramel macchiato too.
I like peanut butter cookie and chocolate better. It's not like the other one's bad. It's just those are like ridiculously good.
Oh, I should have mentioned the 1UP stem-free pre-workout too. Their stem-free one is outstanding. So you're welcome, Brooke. Thank you for tuning in from the Twitch side of things too. I'm going to see if we can do something to grow up the subscriber base on there too. All right, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.